Okay, hello guys. So today we shall be talking about Scott Cawthon, the one and only, the one who made Five Nights at Freddy's or Fnaf, whatever you would like to call it. As I yap about this, you can just watch me horribly play Untitled Tag Game. Okay, so let's get into this. So, you guys mainly know Scott Cawthon for being, he made Five Nights at Freddy's, and Part 1, and Part 2, and Part 3, and the movie, and his books, and yeah. But the main reason I like him is for how much effort he put into his older games. He used to make old Christian games, and the one that we're mainly going to be talking about today is The Desolate Hope. The Desolate Hope wasn't one of his Christian games. His many other Christian animations, he also animated, if you didn't know that, and games that he made. But The Desolate Hope is not one of his Christian games. But it is one of his fascinating ones. It is about you're a rogue AI named Coffee, and you're basically a robotic coffee maker thingy majiggy. And when you are one, and then, you have to, go around and, kill viruses and stuff. But the art style is so beautiful of his game. Every wire and every single backdrop is just beautiful. If you look in the backdrop, you can see in Fnaf, you can see that he took very heavy inspiration from some characters in his older games for Fnaf. If you in the background of some of the games, you can see very bear-like looking things, just like Freddy Fazbear. I swear I saw Funtime Freddy in the background of one of them. But I guess that's where he gets his inspiration. Sorry for my speech. My speech is not speeching today, so yeah. But, okay. So, Scott Cawthon also made... Let's start with one of his earliest games now. So, he made a game. His very first game was about I don't know the name of it. I don't think it has a record of the name yet because of how old it was, but basically you play as a blue blob and you have to get across a pirate's deck or something like that. And there's pirates that walk back and forth, kind of like Frogger, but you're a blue blob. Yeah, okay. Now, I don't think I have enough time to name every single one of his games, but let's talk more about The Desolate Hope. So, The Desolate Hope, like I said earlier, you play as a character named Coffee. You go around and you assemble your team of robots, basically, and your team of robots look pretty horrifying, but believe me, they are on your side. One of the famous photos, you've probably seen this photo as being interpreted as a creepypasta, but no, it's just a game Scott Cawthon made. Kinda has a humanoid face, and the body's all robotic. Very humanoid face again. And if you didn't know, Scott Cawthon was not good at making humans. He was horrible at it. For the life of him, he could not make a human, no matter what he did. But with the robots, animatronics, he was perfect. As you can see, it went into Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay, so next we'll be talking about one of his more known games, even though you probably don't know what the game is. But you guys know Anim Dude, right? His classic logo, blue pixelated guy with 2 pixels coming out of him. That's from one of his old games that I completely forgot the name out of because I have short-term memory. You know who else has dementia? You know who else has dementia? You know who else has dementia? But Anim Dude was basically from this game that basically you can't stop running and there's just a jump button. That's the only thing you can press is the jump button. It's really hard. Then after that, Scott took inspiration from his own game to make pretty much a sequel that's not a sequel, called Rage Quit, and you're basically just a red Anim Dude instead. But yeah. Scott Cawthon. Now, funny story, he was not completely, but he was pretty broke. He was not making any money from those Christian games that he made or those other ones. Like, he didn't start getting money until he made The Desolate Hope and then Fnaf. Now, he said before on the 10th anniversary of Fnaf that it doesn't feel like he made Fnaf anymore. It feels like everyone made Fnaf. Which, I can't tell if that was sad or not, but yeah. I wish Scott Cawthon would unretire so he can make more cool games like the Anim Dude game and stuff like that. But then I realized, then I realized that he took heavy inspiration from one of his mobile games. So, Scott Cawthon made a mobile game a while back called Sit and Survive, which basically are just like pixelated camping guy. You're just like in a camping tent, and you would like use resources to survive until like the next night. That is also where we got very heavy inspiration. And you know how I said Scott Cawthon was a very, very bad human modeler? And then you wonder why you can't see yourself and everything's first person in Fnaf. Okay, let's talk about Scott Cawthon's main game, Five Nights at Freddy's. So, wait one sec. Alright, so, y'all know Fnaf, the main game. Fnaf 1 is amazing. The details, everything about it is perfect. Fnaf 1 is the best of them all, in my opinion. Fnaf 2 and Fnaf 3 and Fnaf 4 will never compare to it. But when Scott Cawthon retired, he sold it to Sheep Entertainment or something. I completely forgot what that was called. But he said, make Burn Trap a character you see once in a while. Like, he pops around a corner and disappears and never comes back. And then they made a full-on boss battle. Of course, yay, he was very happy. Totally. And he was not happy. Not at all. He crashed out, I think. Yeah. You can see Fnaf has evolved a lot from the very beginning. It is very new. Then, the very first game, as a don't move anywhere, to Security Breaches, where you're exploring the entire Pizzaplex. And, yeah, it's evolved a lot. It's gotten a lot better, or some would say worse. But we know Scott Cawthon will forever be the king of horror. Alright, goodbye guys. This is the end of the video because I don't know what to yap about anymore. So, yeah. See ya.